Gentlemen, what's happening? So, as most of you know, last year in May, I was on the season finale of the show Shark Tank, pitching my men's hair product company, Pete and Pedro. I will link down in the description to the episode if you want to check it out. But spoiler alert, I crushed it this time. I was on season 4, pitching this sweet thing, which is actually a very solid idea, but they totally didn't get it, didn't understand it, and as a result, I didn't get a deal. They laughed me out of the Shark Tank. But I went back undeterred, and it was actually because of the style system that I had the idea for Pete and Pedro. In a roundabout sort of way. This time when I went in, I had a real business. When I pitched this, it was just a product and sales. I just started selling it. And so they were horrible, like a few $1,000s. But this time, Pete and Pedro, I had like $800,000 worth of sales going into it. The business was growing like crazy. Monthly, my revenues were around $55,000 at the time of taping. It was an amazing business. My profit margins were great. It was a rock star, in my opinion, and I thought for sure that they were going to want to invest in Pete and Pedro. Now, in my head, I was like, they are going to freaking flip over this business. It's such a great model. It's working. It's successful. And I've seen the show. I've seen some of the businesses that they've invested in that were a fraction of the revenue, much worse in terms of profit margin. Like the customer acquisition cost was low because I'm a YouTuber and I thought that they'd want to get, well, I was totally wrong. They didn't want anything to do with Pete and Pedro. And I kept, during the filming of it, I kept trying to get them back and talk about all the amazing reasons why Pete and Pedro was so amazing. But they didn't want any part of it. They wanted to invest in me as an influencer and AlphaM. And so when I realized that I wasn't going to get a deal for Pete and Pedro, it was sort of like, well, crap. Okay, maybe I should take this deal with Barbara. Ultimately, I ended up on the show taking the deal. As soon as I got home, I rethought the whole thing, and there's one reason why I didn't take that, and that is you. If you missed the video I did talking about sort of the post-tank recap, that is listed as well down in the description. It sort of explains what happened immediately after Shark Tank. But today, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's happened since then. So I decided to try out for Shark Tank the second time because I really needed, at that point, I thought I needed a business partner. I was growing, I was doing stuff, and things were going really well with Pete and Pedro, but I felt like it could do better. I felt like I could take it to the next level. And I thought in my head, oh, you need to get in retail and really try and blow it up as just a standalone brand as opposed to a brand that a YouTuber is producing, manufacturing, and selling. And so going into it, I thought I needed a strategic partner. It really wasn't about the money at the time. It was about having somebody on board that could help sort of steer the ship because it was the first product that I've ever come out with, and I knew that I wasn't doing something right. I felt like I was missing a big piece of the puzzle. And so when I didn't get that, it really forced me to sort of go back to the drawing board. Immediately after the show aired, I got bombarded by calls from people that were like, hey, I'll invest, or hey, I'd like to see your business plan, or hey, you need a partner, I'm your guy. And it freaked me out a little bit. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, back up. And it made me sort of reevaluate what I wanted out of Pete and Pedro and where I really wanted to take it. I thought that I wanted to go retail. I thought I wanted to have it, you know, in all the stores. And what I've come to realize is that in order to do that, I would have to give a bit of control away. And what I really love so much about Pete and Pedro is that I control everything. It's a very small team. It's me and 2 guys that basically run the show. And it's awesome. And what happened after Shark Tank aired and I sort of had the opportunity of getting investors from these other people calling, I really took a look at the business and I fell back in love with it. And I really feel like at the time I went on Shark Tank, it was something where I was looking for something. I wasn't 100% sold on the direction. I felt like I was missing a big piece of the puzzle. And to be completely honest, I listened to a lot of people that were telling me, hey, you should go in retail. You should try and grow it. You could be an X million-dollar company. And I don't think I want that anymore. Pete and Pedro is my baby. I love it. I love the product. I love how it started. I love the fact that you are the reason why it's been so successful. And I don't talk a whole lot about Pete and Pedro. I don't oversell it like some of the other products. Like Tej Hanley. I'm just kidding. But there is a discount code in the description if you want to give it a try. I can't waste an opportunity. It is my curse. But with Pete and Pedro, see, with Tej Hanley, it is different. I want to basically scale that. I think it is a mass market type of product. And there are definitely some capital requirements in terms of financing that is required there, as opposed to Pete and Pedro, in order to really just explode it. Because with Tej Hanley, I feel like it's a business that could be monstrous, and not just because I'm a YouTuber. And that's the issue with Pete and Pedro, is that it's really about me. And, you know, that's the reason why Pete and Pedro has been successful. Now, will it ever be a $10 million a year company? No, it won't. But it can do well. And I'm having fun with it again. And so I just wanted to sort of do this video and tell you that, you know, in terms of sales after Shark Tank, they spiked for a little bit and then they came right back down. There's a misconception out there that if you're on Shark Tank, automatically, boom, big money, 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 you're a millionaire. That's not the case. It's got to be a really specific product. There are certain products that absolutely crush it on Shark Tank. Certain products absolutely don't. I thought I was going to get a huge sales spike from the airing of the episode, and it was good. Was it the best weekend or day I ever had? No. I've done, you know, promotions on this channel and it's been much more successful than that. Some businesses, it's like bang to the moon, like automatic overnight amazing success. But both times I've been on the Style System, Pete and Pedro, it's been meh. This one, I sold 1 unit. The night of I talk about heartbroken and a little bit depressed for a minute. that was bad. But I just wanted to do this video and sort of tell you that my business has grown. It has doubled since the airing of Shark Tank a year later, but it's not because of Shark Tank. It's because of me. It's because of the hard work that I'm putting in. And I guess that's sort of the takeaway and the lesson for you, is that, you know, a lot of times in life, you sort of look for these things to sort of help catapult you or push you into the next level or success or whatever it is. And at the end of the day, nothing will help you succeed anything other than you. You've got to put in the time. You've got to put in the work. And don't be afraid to change your view of success. Going into Shark Tank, I thought success for Pete and Pedro meant in every store that sold hair product. Now, I just want to make great products and sell them to you guys who like my videos. You guys love the product. That's the reason why it's growing. And I really like it. And I like the business, and I love making your hair look amazing. So anyway, guys, I wanted to do a little video and tell you a bit about the business of Pete and Pedro and what sort of happened since the show aired. It was an amazing experience. It was an incredible show, and I really felt good about the way that I came across and the way they portrayed me through the editing process. And so Shark Tank, it was a super huge win. It's something that if you ever get the opportunity, I highly recommend it, but just be aware that you're still going to have to put in the super hard work. But the climb is worth it, and it is amazing. Guys, if you want to check out Tej Hanley, why not, right? Or Pete and Pedro, there is a 20% off coupon down in the description. You guys are going to love both of them because the products are rock stars. I love you. Don't forget it.